part. Jordy was not afraid to put on the gear, liked to put on the gear and catch. Played a great second base, but did what we asked him to do and played right field, and he played it really well this year. He learned how to back up. He learned how to get the ball in when it was hit to him. And he really improved in defense this year. Jordy got hit a lot in the beginning of the year. We were calling him the ball magnet for a while. He got plunked. He even survived a plunking by me when I was throwing you guys fly balls. In fact, one weekend we both showed up with big knots on our forehead. Me because I ran into the door, and him because I hit him in the head with the fly ball. I'll remember one practice when we hadn't done so well in the game before, and Coach Janney was making the kids run and run and run and run, sort of busting our guts. You guys remember that?
Yes.
So he did it to the point where Jordan just couldn't run anymore. So I grabbed him, and the kids were on a full around the school trot, and Jordy and I went on our trot around the school, and we had a discussion about how important he was for the team and how important each one of you guys is on your team, and that God gives us different abilities and different talents, and we're supposed to use those talents to be part of the team. And so that's what we talked about in our long trot around the school. It's great to be part of the team. When we're getting hit by pitches or hit in the head, we got to remember that we are part of the team, and we're out of the field and we're in the game. We're not in the stands, we're not watching the game, we're not spectators. It's really important to be in the game. Okay, and that's just something that happens when we're in the game. I had the privilege of picking up Jordy a few Saturdays before games, and the first time I went to pick him up, I was 3 minutes late. And he reminded me of that a few times. So that reminded me how at this age it's really important that we as parents and adults are really consistent with our boys and our young people, that they depend on us, that they need us, that that consistency and with Coach Danny and George and Doug being there every practice, that's really necessary for the boys. So they know when they show up that they're going to see the same guys. If they lead off third base and that coach says go, they're going to trust them, okay? Because they've earned that dependence and that trust.
Oh my gosh,
so that was a good reminder. I wasn't late again after that. And we had some fun talks. We had some fun talks from his house to the ball field, and I learned that Jordy's a really smart kid and asks a lot of questions. He asks why. He's smart. He also, when he's talking to you, I don't know if you picked up on this, but he will, a lot of times he will end his sentences with a little sound, and he calls that sound his hoot, and it's really, really cute. He loves hip-hop music, and he busted a move in the car, okay? And have the radio, and so he knew all the radio stations with hip-hop. He wanted to listen to him. Jordy's a goal setter. When he's out playing a game, he knows exactly if he's 1 for 3 and he's going to get up 2 more times, he's going to be 3 for 5. He's a goal setter, and that's why my nickname for him is 7 for 8. Because on one Saturday when we had a doubleheader, he went 7 for 8. So that was kind of my way of encouraging him and kind of building his confidence that he could do it. One of the things I would say to Jordan if he was here was that he's got a ton of potential. He has more potential than he knows. And someday when he surprises himself with things that he's done, it's going to surprise him, but it wouldn't surprise me. He's a great kid. Okay?
Jordan points.
Big comment, Steve. Thank you very much. I invite Doug to come on up.
This one to watch. Too bad Elijah's Okay, so Coach George asked me to speak about Quentin and Elijah. Elijah's not here. First, let me just say, a few months ago, I got a simple enough request to go to a parents meeting. And so I showed up for that parents meeting, and the next thing I knew, I was an assistant coach and the field manager. The moral of the story is if George asks you to show up to a parents meeting, think twice about it. Now, seriously though, it's been a real pleasure. I've coached football before, and I've coached soccer before, but I never coached baseball. And I played baseball as a kid, but my technical skills and knowledge with baseball is somewhat limited, and it's just been a lot of fun to work with Steve and Danny and Coach George. I've learned a lot from you guys, and I appreciate the opportunity to kind of step in and actually coach these kids. Sometimes I got to coach the bases, and you know, I didn't expect to do that. Again, I just showed up to a parents meeting, so thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Just Elijah's not here, but just real quickly, what a great kid. He's comes from a baseball family. He's got it in his blood. You can tell it's in his DNA. He's so positive out there. He's got natural abilities, and I just wish he was here because he's got such a great little attitude. And even in the dugout, he led by example. He was always, when they were getting wild, he would be the kid that would say, "Guys, watch the game." So he's got a lot of good qualities, not just the abilities on the baseball field, but also in the dugout. And so Elijah, too bad you're not here. Hopefully he'll show up soon. He said he might if his siblings' event ended soon. So the other one, I don't know this kid too well, so I can't really say too much about him. Come on up here, Quentin. So Quentin, there's still a lot more baseball to go. Quentin is, if you haven't noticed, he's very competitive. He has a strong desire to win. Last season, he came in second place simultaneously on his baseball team, and at the same time I was the coach for the football team, and he came in second place on that. We made it to the championship game in both of those leagues, and it was really frustrating for him. And so you might have noticed sometimes when Quentin gets up there and it's time for him to make a big play or to hit, or if he's pitching, that he sometimes gets a little bit upset if it doesn't happen for him. And that's just because you have such a strong desire to succeed and such a strong desire to win. And there's nothing wrong with that. You always come out of it. I know you get a little bit emotional sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I want you to keep that desire to win and to compete, because that's going to serve you very well. As far as just the baseball skills, I've seen you improve so much on the base paths, running, and your at-bats. Your ability to really give strong at-bats. Whether you get on base one way or another, your on-base percentage over the last few games has been very good. Whether you're getting hit by the ball, or you're getting walked, or you're getting hits, or you're outrunning the drop third strike. So you've been doing some really strong at-bats lately, and we're all really, really proud of you for that. Okay? So we're now entering the playoffs, and you got another chance to get that championship this year. And we're going to do our best, and with your teammates, hopefully we'll be able to make it happen. All right? So let's hear for Quinn.
All right, Quentin.
And with the proper marking or Sharpie, you could probably turn that into an E.
Quentin, you get a bag.
His name.
Thanks, coaches, for your comments. I had Luke. Luke's not here. They said he might be coming late. I wrote down 3 words for Luke. I wrote down he was positive, he was dependable, and he was loyal. For Luke, it didn't matter if he was part of the winning play or somebody else was. He was cheering him on. He really understood the value of the team, and he always had a positive attitude. In my opinion, he was always there to lift up the entire team. And he did a great job with that. He was also dependable. We could put him in at certain crunch times, and he was able to come in, and whether it was on the mound or second base or shortstop, he could deliver there. He's a great hitter as well. I see Luke going on to be a great baseball player and a great leader in whatever team that he participates on. So, Luke, it's a pleasure having you on our team.